Okay. All right. What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? We are the Third String Podcast, back in effect, back with
Back.
another episode. It's been a while, but we got some juicy stuff, some good, sad, happy news to talk about. Daryl, as always, we missed you. What do you have for us today?
I miss you too. I guess we'll just start on the sad note.
Yep, I think that's best.
Yeah, so it happened while we were on our break, but
Yep.
the passing of Kobe Bryant.
Mm-hmm.
I
think we're at what 3 weeks about it. Dang, time's going, man. On that,
weeks?
I think it's been about 3.
Jeez.
Yeah.
It doesn't even say that long ago.
Yep.
Where were you when you kind of got the news?
So my son was born 3 weeks. Yeah, it's been about thank you. 3 weeks from at the time we're recording from yesterday. And so he's born early, so he had to stay in the hospital. So I would always drive up there to visit him before he was discharged. So I went up there with Jocelyn, which you guys may or may not know, that's my wife.
Mm-hmm.
And talked to the nurse that lets us in the back, and she was like, Kobe Bryant passed. Or I don't even know, she said it that gently. She's like, Kobe Bryant died. I'm like,
you just said it normally? Like,
excuse me? Right. She's like, yeah, Kobe Bryant died not too long ago. TMZ just confirmed. I'm like, stop lying. Stop playing. Like, don't joke like that. That doesn't happen to somebody like that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was the truth. I looked at it. It was blowing up on social media. And and then they didn't know who was with him at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just spiraled out of control when you found out who else was on it.
Yeah.
But what about you?
When I found out, I was playing video games. I was playing Horizon Zero Dawn. And
nice. Yeah, that's a great game that I have never finished, might I add.
Oh, you never finished it?
So, I did it on my other channel. Yeah.
So I started that, and I got a text from our mutual friend, Edward.
Yeah.
Mutual friend of both of ours. So I got a text from him, and he was like, Kobe Bryant passed. I was like, I don't even know if he watches sports like that. So I was like, maybe he doesn't really know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
So I was just like, what? And then I was like, for real? And then he was like, nah, seriously. So then I shut off the game, and I went to Sports Center, and Sports Center wasn't showing anything.
They didn't know.
And I was just like, so, you go online, you see everything. So
I
went online, I read articles, and I was like, but it's not showing it on Sports Center.
No.
There's nothing. You would think everything would just stop.
For me, if it's that big, I do run the TMZ. They seem to always have it, and they don't like jeopardizing their credibility. Yeah. So they report usually pretty right.
First one to report it. They were the very first one.
Yeah.
Because it was TMZ, a lot of us was like, I don't know. Even though they're reputable source, we're just like, I don't know. Mm-hmm. So then, as soon as I didn't see Sports Center, I was like, I really don't know. And then I talked to my fiance came home.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to her, and I was like, did you hear Kobe pass? And she was like, no.
Yeah.
Together we watched it, and then it flashed up.
I mean, this happened at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 a.m. on the West Coast, where he was, on a Sunday. So it was just a gloomy, just whatever, calm day. Mm-hmm. But over there, it was super foggy, and they were told not to fly. All the other aircrafts were grounded because of the conditions in the sky weren't good. Wow. But again, he's Kobe Bryant, and
I think what was so sad for all of us.
Yeah.
See, to me, I never was a Kobe Bryant fan when he was playing.
Only to me at the beginning, the early 2000s, we like to call it. After that, I'll be honest, I always respected him, just like you do.
Yeah.
But as far as a fan, I'm not gonna front.
I'm not. I wasn't, but I liked him more as a person. He retired, because you saw he seemed to be so much happier than he was.
He was so happy. But we were expecting him to coach or own a team at some point.
And he was like, and my favorite thing was him. It was the jump with him and Tracy McGrady.
Yeah.
And they asked Tracy McGrady, they were like, could you still play again? Because they were talking about Vince Carter still playing.
Yes, correct.
And it was like, could you still play? And Tracy McGrady was like, no.
No, and Tracy said no.
Kobe Bryant said, yeah, I can still play.
Yeah.
I just don't want to.
Right.
And I was like, that was very astonishing for me because for somebody of his caliber, even his last press conference, he's like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've never heard an athlete say that. And especially of his caliber, say that in what he started to do post basketball.
Yeah, yeah.
He seemed to be much happier.
He's coaching his daughter's team, from what I heard.
Yeah,
and just
he wanted to be involved with producing.
Yeah,
the documentary, he got an Oscar for it.
Yeah, which is still to this day, that is one of the most beautiful and tear-jerking things I've ever watched. You've seen it, right?
No, I've never seen it.
Oh, please watch it. It's so inspirational. Okay. And that's not even because of what happened. I'm saying it. He deserved to win that Oscar. Like, he actually did win it, which is incredible. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think he was just enjoying life.
Yes.
And it looked at all of us like, man, this guy was enjoying it. And
yeah, he really was. Every time you saw him, it was like smile, smile. Like, he was super happy.
And one of my favorite commercials is him and Jalen Rose. I think it's a ESPN commercial where he's talking about how many olives you want. And he was like, 21. And they just stare at each other. Like, it just seemed like after retirement, he was really enjoying. And then he did I think it was Details on ESPN.
Yeah, I was just about to mention that. He had that whole show thing, which was really good.
Was really good because he's breaking down other people's game. And I just thought, man, it was shocking. And what I think was funny was that me and my fiance, we were kind of arguing at the time. Yeah. And then once we heard the news, and then you hear about his daughter and everything. Yeah.
Because again, we didn't know about who else at that point. The only first speculation you had, which was weird, I don't know if you heard it, but was Rick Fox. I'm like, where did that come from?
Fox, and I heard all his daughters were on there.
Dang, yeah.
And that's why it's so bad, because you don't know which news is real.
Yeah, you didn't. It was too much like speculation and like negative going out there.
So we were arguing, but then when we just was like, man, ain't none of that important.
Yeah.
These people ain't gonna see,
Yeah.
His wife's not gonna see her daughter.
And mentioning her real quick, she found out through that. Yeah. The way we found out.
I heard, and I heard people were mad at TMZ, and I was like, why? Because if a snake bites you, why are you mad at the snake? You knew the snake bit. Right. Be mad at yourself. Yeah. Don't be mad at TMZ. Be mad at the person who leaked the news to TMZ, knowing
first, rather than reaching out or some source that could get to them. Yeah. Right.
Instead of knowing what they were going to do. Don't be mad at TMZ doing what they have always done.
Right. And that's what got me was like, what? Did you want TMZ to reach out first? Because TMZ could have probably thought, hey, she probably knows about this. She doesn't want to hear from us. I'm not giving them the benefit of the doubt, but like, you don't know if, or they didn't know rather. And we don't know that they didn't know that Vanessa knew or not.
Yeah, but also, I mean, let's be honest. Their job is to break news first.
Correct. And it's supposed to get attention. That's their kind of news.
They're not trying to like
be respectful.
Yeah, and I hate to say it like that, but
that's the truth.
Be honest.
Yeah.
Did you like that? I like what the basketball did that night, because you could saw the whole basketball world was like really messed up.
People, grown men crying, a lot of stuff, and then a lot of other people in other communities that in other walks of life were like hurting too. Yeah. So that really, like you said about like Edward, you didn't know that he really watched sports like that. He affected a lot of people, and I didn't know that his reach was that big. Which, when I look back, I'm like, maybe it really was.
Yeah, I think it was like you could see people generally depressed.
Yeah.
Kyrie Irving, he didn't play.
He didn't play, no.
That night because he had a personal. He couldn't do it.
Yeah. They were close.
Game. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were close. They canceled the Lakers game. You remember seeing LeBron come off the private plane?
Yeah, crying.
I don't know who he's hugging, but he's hugging somebody. It looks like he's crying.
Yeah.
It's such a...
Bro, in mentioning him, I don't know if you saw, obviously, his thing that he said on Instagram or whatever, his post.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Did you see the comments?
Nah, the stuff like that I don't read.
Don't. It's ridiculous to me how people blame LeBron for everything, saying it's your fault. Like, are you serious?
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm not gonna give them like the spotlight, those idiots. But like, you guys need to stop. And like, You're terrible people. Yeah, but yeah, I don't want to really stay on that too long.
It really sucks. Though.
Yeah, but yeah, just to start this off, that had to go first. Just rest in peace to Kobe and his daughter and everybody else that was on that helicopter. Yeah,
it's just sad news all around.
Absolutely. So,
so going into
let's dive in.
Yeah,
let's dive in. I guess. Yeah, I know. There's no really special way, but let's try and
let's get to it.
Bring it up. Yep.
So the biggest news of the day actually happened today.
Yeah.
Altuve from the Houston Astros, they had a press conference, and the owner of the Astros, Jim Crane, also he spoke to the media about their cheating scandal. And this to me was like one of the biggest news, like probably ever.
Yeah.
And just for people who don't know, they were sign stealing. The Houston Astros were sign stealing to the point that's the team. They did it against the New York. I'm about to say Knicks, the New York Yankees.
Yeah.
Also the LA Dodgers. And what they did was not. I hear something, I pick it up on what this means. They had an actual camera at center field pointing to the dugout, recording these people. So I
didn't know that part.
Yeah. And then when a certain sign would come in, Carlos Beltran would bang on the trash can for a certain sign. So this was orchestrated. This was cheating at its utmost high.
I'm shocked that didn't get like recognized.
Yeah, so Carlos Beltran, he got fired. He was the I forgot who he was a manager of, but they mutually separated.
But he just got another job though.
He did?
I thought so. I thought he just got another job.
Well, I hope nobody.
And it's weird how he went from player to like manager that quick too, by the way.
Yeah, that is quick. But also he got that way from cheating. So then the Red Sox manager, I'm trying to look him up right now. The old manager, he got fired because he came from the Astros organization. And It's interesting that the Astros won one year and the Red Sox won the next year. And he moved to the Red Sox.
During their championship on both. He was there for both?
Yeah, he was there for both.
Yep.
He gets fired. And, of course, the Astros manager and GM both get fired for this.
Yeah.
But what I thought was interesting, I'm about to go to my question in a second.
Yes.
What I thought was interesting, and I wrote it down, that the owner said...
I know what you're about to say because I was going to bring it up. Go ahead.
It's hard to say if it impacted the game.
Yep, I was going to bring that up.
I thought, and he also said, the players should not be suspended and we should not forfeit our rings. Those comments were very interesting. When he said it, I said to myself, I wonder what Miguel thinks about it.
I immediately saw it and I was like, wow, you're an interesting gentleman, sir.
Right.
/ you need a PR representative to speak for you or tell you what to say. You do not need to say anything first anymore.
Right. Sorry, I got a dog barking in the background.
No, it's good. It's good. So I just thought that was ridiculous. And it obviously affected the game. Like, that's like me being in your huddle or having an overhead camera in your huddle and I'm listening. Because, baseball, it's signed, so there's no audio to it. You don't need it. Right. But like, say, basketball, for example, or football, you have the audio and visual to it as well. That's like the equivalent. You're telling me that if I don't know your plays, study them enough. So let me ask you. So did they know their signs? Like, or did they just figure them out along the way? Like, did they get them in advance? And then they're like, let's keep the camera on it so we know what's coming? Or did they just like find out along the way?
I think they kind of found out along the way. Because if you notice the games, and if you do that playoffs against the Yankees, the year they won, the games in New York were very close, and they were or the Yankees won.
Yes,
but the games in Houston, were complete blowout.
Okay,
all right. 0-8.
I watched it, but I low-key want to watch it again just to like really pay attention.
Yeah, I mean, it was, and then if you see, who is it? I can't think. I should have had it, and I had his name. I gotta find it. I don't know if it was Altuve that when he hits the home run, he's holding his jersey, saying, "Don't rip my shirt off," because they're saying he's might. At that point, he's might, so they can feed him what pitch is coming. So if I can find
what is going on?
Hold on, let me. Yeah, so this is what I believe. While I'm looking for that video, this is what I believe.
Yeah,
I believe they should be stripped. I do not believe that you should give it to the Dodgers.
I just think it needs to just like how they did with we'll use the example Reggie Bush and his Heisman. They cap it off as nobody won that year.
Yeah, and that's what I'm kind of saying.
Yeah, nobody won that year.
Nobody wins that year. So I'm about to. Yeah, it was Altuve. I'm about to. I just want to make sure this video is correct.
Yeah.
This is after he hits a home run.
Mm-hmm.
How do I share my? I gotta share my screen.
Yeah. In the bottom underneath where we are, hit share. And then I'll add it into the podcast.
Okay. So you can see.
Yeah, I'm about to. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right. So this is it. This you're gonna see as he hits the home run. You see what he's saying? He's holding his shirt, saying, "Don't."
Oh yeah.
My shirt, and he's saying, "Don't rip my shirt." You see him saying that.
Yeah.
Isn't that odd? Isn't that an odd?
I'm shocked
to say at that point.
Yes. So is this confirmed or is this like strong speculation that he's mic'd?
Speculation. He of course denies it because
Hey, what's up, girls? How you doing, man? It's Anelli here.
Man, what is that?
My bad. It literally happens all the time with you.
I know. I still have the YouTube on.
Yeah.
He of course denies that's why he said it.
Yeah.
And we'll probably never know. But what have you ever seen anything like that?
No. I'm chalking that up to saying he's mic'd up.
Yeah, he's mic'd up. So what do you think? So you're saying that they should just vacate it? No
winner, no victor.
And I think the Red Sox could be the same.
Yeah.
You know what I said, man? Poor Dodgers. Because they were victim twice to this.
Yeah.
Poor Dodgers. And
they're getting better though, and they've been interviewed a lot lately with being asked questions about this and or just like new moves they've been making. So
that is a really good move for them. But I think they also said that they don't want a hand-me-down trophy, which that's why I said just vacate it.
Yeah, just let it go.
Vacate it. And say for the owner to say, hard to say if it impacted the game.
Yes.
Was like comment to me. Was very interesting.
Yeah, that got me because I'm like, you're a fool. You're a fool. Like, if you believe that and you're that rich, how did you get your riches? Because you're not very bright.
Yeah, so what do you think baseball goes from here? Because I think baseball has always had a kind of mistrust. I thought the best era of baseball is when they were cheating, and that's when Barry Bonds and Sammy
the good old 90s.
Yeah, but this is a different type of cheating.
Yeah.
But what do you think baseball? Before I even ask that question, I thought baseball would have been better if they would have embraced the steroid era instead of tried to shun it. But what do you think baseball does from here?
Well, mentioning that the steroid era thing, I kind of felt like they should have just turned their heads, not embraced it, not like rejected it, but like you don't notice.
Yeah.
Because if you embrace it, you're saying to kids and other people to do it.
Yes.
You can't do it.
Okay. Then yes, that's a strong word. Embrace is a strong word, but
it extremely helped baseball.
Extremely. It was the best time.
It was, and I miss it. So with that being said, you're like, I don't see anything. So like you leave it that way.
I don't see other than the Braves winning the World Series, that to me was the best.
Yeah.
Best time in baseball. Now
now
people barely watch baseball, people barely come, and And
for me, I watch Our Boys, but then definitely you're gonna catch me watching the playoffs. But other teams, unless it's like a later game and I'm trying to fall asleep and like the Mariners are playing and it's like 12:30 in the morning.
Mariners are playing.
Yeah, I mean, because I've been to one of their games and it's boring. I'm talking about in their stadium. Shout out to you, Seattle fans. I love Seattle, but like your games, man, aren't fun. But what do they do from here on out? How do they handle this? I think baseball usually has always been good at being more. They're always more strict than every other sport, right?
Mm-hmm.
You just got to drop that hammer on them and just strip it.
Yeah, and I think you got to punish the players. That's one thing, surprisingly, they haven't done is punish
full season bans.
I'm with you. I'm okay with that. This is not just some game.
Yeah, this is the game.
The game that you did it on. So I'm with you. And I love how Pete Rose is like, hey.
Why do they keep doing your boy like that?
They trash. Because they stuck in their old heads who are stuck in their way.
But it's so stupid. If you actually look at his stats, dude is one of the greatest.
Yeah, he is.
Like, forget what he did. He is one of the greatest.
And then he never threw a baseball game.
Mm-mm.
He bet on himself. Like, he didn't. So that's like.
If I'm not mistaken, Michael Jordan's done that.
Yes.
That's facts. And he's the greatest of all time. He's the GOAT.
Oh, it's baseball.
I know that, but that's what I'm saying about baseball is more strict, and they do things. They're to
get off. The old guy that says get off.
They're very uptight. I was trying to say that in a kinder way. Yeah, they're very uptight. Yeah. And with that being said, you have to continue on with your ways. But there's a lot of strong people in Texas. I don't know. We'll see what comes about it. Let us know in the comment section and on, as you can see, the ticker guys on social media, what you guys think about this.
Yeah, are you gonna even be watching baseball?
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah,
it's like, does this affect you even watching it?
It will affect some. Yes,
it won't affect me because I wasn't watching it like that.
I know, but those that were, until that integrity comes about, and like the truth comes forward, and they do something about it. They're going to lose some because, it's America's game and, people are pro that. So I don't know.
Well, let's talk about a big game. We weren't here, of course. We didn't talk about your boys.
Yep.
They won the Super Bowl. Your Kansas City Chiefs.
My loner team, my temporary squad that held me over.
Your temporary squad. My temporary squad was the Ravens.
Which, boy, did that didn't go well.
Yeah, it didn't. But the temporary squad, yours picked well. So what did you think about the Super Bowl?
I called it that it was going to start out kind of rocky and slow. You were going to see more so the 49ers kind of take a leap forward. And then Patrick Mahomes was going to get his grip. Andy was going to get his groove. And what did they do? 21 straight, 25? How many straight points?
I think it was 21 straight
21.
Points.
That's crazy. That shouldn't happen in the Super Bowl. But I'm glad that it was an AFC team because there were a lot of Patriots fans that were mad because of that. Yeah, because that's their side. I was hyped. I was happy. And this man's about it. That whole AFC is about to just start dominating.
Yeah, they got the best 3 young quarterback. Well, 4 if you put
4.
Josh in
yeah, I would.
Josh and Deshaun Watson,
Lamar,
and Pat Mahomes.
Yep.
So they're going to be very good.
Changing up the guards.
Yeah. For me, I didn't want to see Kyle Shanahan win, man. I just did nothing on me.
Do you want to bring up your Facebook post?
Oh, when I said,
yeah.
Kyle Shanahan until you
make right by your Falcons, which our Falcons, yep,
will crumble, and that's kind of what happened. They were up. I actually, if I was betting money, I would have bet on San Francisco because they can run the ball and Kansas City can't stop the run.
Did you realize they went again away from that?
They went again, and surprise, surprise, what does that
remind you of?
What does that remind you of? They went away from it. And people want to, Jimmy Garoppolo, if he connects with that last pass that went a little over Emmanuel Sanders' head, if he connects, the game is over. So it was that close, but it was bad coaching.
Yes.
Very bad.
He's Mr. Three Quarters. He needs that tatted on his upper back. Like up here. Mr. Three Quarters.
I love the fact, like the only way this could have been sweeter if they had a 26-point lead and he blew that. That's the only way this even sweeter. Like, I'm over here. I could not root for San Francisco. I'm so happy Kansas City came back and beat them. I couldn't do it.
Did you have doubts?
Yeah, I did have doubts. Once through the interception, right out of halftime. Yeah, I had doubts.
Actually, I did because they didn't have. It was like 7 or 4 minutes, something like that, left, and I was like, dang. Yeah, it's over. But then I'm like,
I thought San Francisco had the better defense, the better run game. They could have controlled the clock,
and they had that all year.
Yeah, but then, San Francisco has a better defense, run game. Yes. And I thought though they could control the clock, but then he stopped running the ball. He just stopped. It just astounded me.
We kept them honest long enough. Now let's switch it up. Fourth quarter.
Razzle dazzle, dude.
Yes.
And it's just like
somebody said Garoppolo was the most he's the least most impactful quarterback that they've ever seen in the Super Bowl.
Is he?
And I don't think so.
Trent Dilfer was better.
Yeah, I said I don't think so, but I was like, can you imagine being deemed that?
Yeah.
Like somebody saying that about you?
Kyle Orton Rex Grossman with the Bears. It's been some questionable ones.
You've had some people, but it's funny that if he's the newest member of that category, he wasn't like crazy exciting. I don't know about you. He wasn't.
He wasn't.
I don't know. It seemed like they were playing as if it was a regular game.
Yeah, and I thought Kittle would be more involved than what he was. Again, we talked about
he was at the beginning.
At the beginning, Coleman wasn't that involved. You know what's shocking? I'm gonna say that I'm gonna throw a little.
Didn't Coleman get hurt?
He got hurt at the Florida game, but I don't know. I don't think he got hurt during. But you saw me. They have 2 ex-Falcons on their offensive line, and they're the number 2 running team in the NFL. I just wanted to throw that little tidbit. I thought that was interesting.
I didn't know that, but that's
they have Ben Garland and Will Persons.
Yeah,
who are throwaways on our offensive line starting for a Super Bowl team. But anyway, but Kyle Shanahan, I think Kyle Shanahan is cocky. I think he's snarky.
I agree.
And even he made a joke about the Falcons loss where he was like, I went to sleep the next day, or he made a joke about the 25 that he moved on or whatever. And I'm just like, this is good for you. I hate it for San Francisco, but good for you to lose in that manner, because for you to just say, I done moved on. I slept well that night.
Yeah.
Like, and the whole city was hurting.
Yeah.
Like, so I loved it. I loved it.
I'm very pleased with the outcome on multiple occasions, multiple reasons. I think the best team won. I think it was a good game. I think it was the game that I wanted because I didn't want Green Bay on that other side personally.
I picked Green Bay.
I know.
I picked them.
I just didn't want Rodgers to have a shot to win it.
Right. Okay.
I didn't, because we have been owning them. Falcons wise in the playoffs and the last couple of meetups. So I'm okay with that. I don't want them to get anywhere close.
Right.
Yeah. Because just like the 49ers, no matter if you made it or not, you still are out like we are. Whether we're first out or last out, you're out. You didn't win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now everybody's working towards this offseason, figuring out what they're gonna do.
We got the combine in 2 weeks?
Yep.
Yeah,
the draft.
Love the combine. Yeah,
the draft end of April.
End of April, I think the 28th, if I'm not mistaken. But it's always at the end of April.
So Falcons have already said your boy. They're not bringing your boy back, Vic Beasley.
Yep.
Already said that.
People were shocked, but you hit me up with that. I said, good.
Yeah.
What are we waiting for?
That they had the balls to do it.
I know, but he's the type of person that he was already on his last legs. Vic was, but I'm talking about Quinn. And he should have been fired twice. If he does bad this year, this should probably be his third fire.
I agree.
But since he had those 2 lives, you only get 3. So if I'm on my third, let me save face and let me protect my own. I can't lean on Vic anymore. Even though Vic, you got to give him his credit here on the podcast. He had a better season like I predicted he was going to do.
Empty calories. He had a better season when it didn't matter.
Yeah, but
empty calories.
Yeah, I don't know.
Basically a donut.
Yeah.
It's just there's no nutritional value in it. That's what Vic Beasley was. His stats, he had the most sacks, but they all happened for the majority of it when it didn't matter.
So Vic Iceberg Lettuce Beasley. No nutritional value.
No nutritional value. So I was shocked that they actually pulled the trigger. There's actual reports that Devonta Freeman will get cut.
Please.
Which I'm very mad at. I'm gonna tell
you. I know. Go drop it on him.
How do you justify not trading him? If the Lions could have said, "I'll give you a 7th round pick." I don't care. I'll give you a 7th round pick and a Philly cheesesteak sandwich. I would take why? How do you justify that? So now we have dead money on the cap because for some reason
I agree. Yeah,
trade him. So I'm hot about it. We also I thought this was interesting because you have brought it up.
Yeah,
there have been talks about Keanu Neal maybe getting cut.
It's you can't be injury prone 2 seasons in a row and you're this young in the league,
right?
Like, if this is gonna be hard, guys, I'm gonna say it right here, right now. If my boy,
that's your boy,
I said it. My boy does not do, or Lord forbid he gets hurt again. You gotta cut ties.
But I do think if they can clear as much cap space, I think they should try to sign one of your boys, Dante Fowler Jr.
Okay, yeah, we talked about that. Yeah,
and he already said he wants to be.
Yeah. The Atlanta Gators, man.
Atlanta, go for it. LSU is LSU, Florida, and Clemson. That's the only teams we've seen the draft, and Alabama if they're wide receivers.
That's true. That is very true.
Only things we need to draft. But this is the frustrating thing. I read a lot of Falcons articles. I hope my boss isn't listening, but I read a lot of Falcons articles.
Right.
And who did they blame for the 49ers loss other than Kyle Shanahan? They blamed Jimmy Garoppolo, right?
Yes.
The Baltimore's loss, even though it wasn't his fault, they blamed Lamar Jackson. Am I correct? We are the only team in the league that doesn't blame their quarterback for nothing. Like every article,
he's a stand-up guy.
Every article I read says, you Atlanta fans should kiss the ground he walks on. Like, it is everybody's fault. And I'm just like.
Are you over, just to clarify, are you over Matt Ryan? Is it time to move on?
I'm so over Matt Ryan. And what's funny is the Lions there's been reports that the Lions want to trade Matthew Stafford. Bengals are moving on from Andy Dalton. The Carolina Panthers are talking about moving on for Cam Newton.
That's going to happen.
Yeah, LA Chargers have already told Phillip Rivers you can play, but just not here. Even the Patriots said, Tom Brady, you gotta go.
There's speculation that that's just to cause a stir during the offseason.
At least you're having the talk.
Yeah.
Buccaneers are thinking about Jameis Winston. The Titans have basically said bye to Marcus Mariota.
Hey, bring him here.
Oh, I would love Marcus Mariota.
That's a backup that could rival to compete for a start. I'm okay. Kashab, what are we doing?
And every article I read loves Shab. I don't get it. I'm so over Matt Ryan. I understand that he's the best quarterback in our history.
I always say, what type of history do we have, though?
That's true.
All right.
True. So,
like, you could be real quick. You could be the most attractive person in your school. back in the day at school. You can be the most attractive person in your city at your school.
Right.
But you live in some small town that doesn't really have anybody, but then you move to, for example, Atlanta to the city, LA, New York, and you're like a 1.5.
Yeah. Like you wasn't as good as you thought you were.
You're not as good. You're not as fresh dressed. You're not any of that.
Right.
I don't know.
Well, of course, Atlanta's not going to move on from Matt Ryan.
No, not at all.
I feel like the fan base is so split on this decision. Either
it is
there or you don't.
Yeah.
But what moves do you expect to make? Like, what do you see in the draft that they could do, or what? Because we already said Dante Fowler Jr., which, and let me say this before you answer this question. Everything we say, I truly trust the Falcons to not do any one of these things.
Yeah, so
go ahead.
You got me answering something I already said, that I don't trust them to do any of this.
Right.
I've been saying it how long now? A year and a half? About clean house with the DBs.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you
got. I've been saying this since before we launched the podcast, and then during the podcast, you all have heard me say this.
You said that all the time.
I clean house. They're trash, except Keanu. But then I'm sorry if you keep getting hurt. It's not your fault per se, but we can't do anything. You get hurt on the first and second game. Yeah. I love your effort that you play hard. But what am I? Everybody else. No, okay. So with everybody else.
What is your first pick in the draft? Because they have us right now. AJ Epinensa, the Iowa defensive end.
Yeah.
Kinlan, the defensive tackle from South Carolina, which I believe we should get, and I'm gonna tell you why.
And we did do a mock draft.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we should follow up.
Okay.
And do more rounds and stuff. Yeah.
But Chase Young from LSU is who people have us.
Chase Young, Ohio State?
No, not Chase Young. His Chase Young.
I
might be saying his name wrong, but that's his last name. Chase Young.
Oh, I thought you said Chase. I'm like,
not Chase Young. Yeah. I wish we could get Chase Young.
Oh my goodness.
The LSU
game changer.
Yeah, the LSU edge rushers. What I read today. My only problem with him is, first of all, in 2018 he blew his ACL and was out the whole year.
Yeah,
and he's only had, I think, 16.5 sacks his whole career.
Okay.
And that to me is like,
how many seasons?
3. But of course he missed one season because he tore his ACL. I just feel a lot of Vic in him, and I'm just low.
Well, okay. I can see and understand that. I think we need to just continue working on defense. I think our offense is very sound as long as we have that good coordinator that can, like, you watch the Chiefs, right? You watch or even not the playoffs wise, but Baltimore.
Yep, every game.
Every play call, you're like, man, that's gonna hit.
Yeah.
That's gonna get you. That's gonna get you. Even the Titans.
Yep.
You're watching things, you're like, man, this is going to get you at minimum 5 yards, which is gains.
That you need, yeah.
But I watched the Falcons. I'm being honest with you. I watched the Falcons, and I'm like, Matt Ryan drops back. Let me just turn this off before he even throws. I don't know what's going to happen.
The empty back set.
It's either, correct. Either he's 99% going to get sacked.
Yeah.
Or he's going to rush in his slow little running. He's going to throw it, and it's going to be overthrown. It's going to be overthrown with a pick, or it's going to be underthrown.
Right. To the third string tight end.
Yes.
Why are you even throwing it to him?
It hurts, and you're making me talk about this, but we have to talk about it.
Right.
To heal. It's the truth, though. It's the truth. It's like, just have a whole room. Every wall is just a whiteboard, and you're just like mapping out every scenario if what happens. Build a new building, whatever you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you not tackling every situation possible to try and be the best team? If you're saying, hey, I trust in this guy, your third string tight end that you're saying, he's not good enough. Why aren't you getting better people? Because he's a good guy?
Yeah.
I don't know.
This is what I feel like they should do in the draft. And I've jokingly said this, but seriously said this. Every pick should be offensive lineman. Every single one, because
I said that and defense.
Every article I read tells me how it's everybody else's fault. So I want to build a fortress around Matt Ryan. So you can tell me now whose fault is it?
All right. That's the title of this episode. I'm gonna work that one in. I like that, and I think that's good because you see your Aaron Rodgers, you see your Tom Brady's usually. You saw back in the day the Peyton Mannings on the Colts. You see some of these other players, they have, or even Drew Brees right now. They have all day to make decisions.
Right.
We do not. We have literally 2.6 seconds. But I do want to know the exact time frame usually of how long he has.
But the problem is, if you know he has that, why are you doing empty back sets? Why are we not doing quick slants? Why are we not doing screen passes? Why are we not doing
quick slants? Even though their team wasn't that great and they were overhyped, the Patriots did those
all the time,
and it works
all the time. So why weren't we adjusting? It's either this. I watched the Super Bowl, and like I said, I saw 3 players that we got rid of playing the Super Bowl. Kevin Coleman, 2 offensive linemen.
Yeah.
Garland being one of them.
Right.
And yet they were the number 2 rushing team in the NFL.
Right.
So are you telling me these players are actually sorry? Or is our coaching staff this bad? And if you're going to tell me the coaching staff is this bad, well, I got a surprise for you. They're still here.
That's true. Yeah.
They're still here.
Yeah.
So what's going to be the difference? I don't trust them. This is what I truly expect.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Freeman to come back.
Yeah.
Beasley somehow to come back.
I think they're all on the ship together and they're just going to sync together.
I see another, I hope I'm wrong. I know I'm being a pessimistic Atlanta fan, and I'm that way with a lot of.
But you deserve that right to be so because you earned it by being hurt.
Yeah. I just don't see. Every article tells me how great Matt Ryan is and how I just don't see it. I think racing Julio Jones is prime.
And I've been saying that. People are like, "Are you crazy?" I said I want Julio traded. I want to see him flourish before it's over.
Yeah,
he deserves better.
But he did say they asked him, could they see us drafting Tua? Mm-hmm. And he said, we have our franchise quarterback. So that just tells me everybody's on the same page. If you like Matt Ryan, you're stuck.
I know you don't believe that. He has to say that. He has to say that. So it doesn't mess with the locker room.
I know I would be excited by Tua.
Off record, he's like, yeah, we have our franchise quarterback. Yeah, I think Tua would be incredible, man. Tua.
Yeah. I'm afraid. I do a bunch of mock drafts.
Yeah.
And I think it's time for us to get quarterback. I think again, I really like Jalen Hurts because he can sit and
but I forgot that's who we chose. Yeah.
But that's just not gonna happen, man. And
I think he's gonna actually fall very far. Be honest with you.
I just don't think he's gonna come to us. I think we're gonna get a running back from ITT Tech that you never heard of.
You're forgetting too. Our actual 3rd string quarterback. I follow him on Twitter and I forgot his name. But he got hurt last year.
He got hurt during the preseason.
Yeah, he was slinging it.
Yes,
dude is really good. I keep him practice squad, 3rd string, whatever, till he heals because he's actually still going to be out a good amount of ways. But you need another person. But the ITT Tech running back, we'll get about 2 of them too.
They're going to DeVry offensive lineman that you never heard of.
This is what we do. We're going to draft these people, and then we're going to cut them for nothing, and wasted that whole process.
Yeah, I just hope we're wrong. I'm really being pessimistic. I love the draft.
But us, we'll be hyped when the first game comes along, and we'll be like, man, we have a chance. Because everybody does have that chance.
Yeah, I'll be hyped at the draft. What did I tell you about the draft last year? I said it's meh. I told you the draft was meh.
I was actually okay with it because I felt like they didn't get the people we wanted, but they got the positions we wanted to be covered. But look how that worked out.
Yeah, meh.
Yeah.
But it depends on how the draft goes. And I'll tell you, so maybe May, I'll let you know at that point. Am I excited? I'll let you know at that point.
I'll be watching. I love day 1 and day 3 of the draft. 2's like, yeah. But 1 and 3, I like because 1 has the heavy hitters, 3 has the sleepers.
The sleeper. But 2, we have 3 picks in the second.
Oh, I'm gonna watch it. I'm just saying I love the first and third day.
Yeah, I agree to build depth at the end, but it's just I just feel like, man, they're gonna do something that's like I'm gonna be like, what? Like again, Calvin Ridley was a great pick, right?
Yes.
But he was a luxury pick.
Yes, correct.
He wasn't what we needed.
I'm hyped. We have him though.
No, I'm happy we had him.
Yeah.
But he was luxury.
Yeah.
He was lucky. We could have got instead of drafting Tack McKinley, who we traded up for, 4 picks later was TJ Watt.
Yeah.
We could have not got Vic Beasley. We could have got Todd Gurley. So it's just like, and I understand Todd Gurley's hurt now, and I understand that argument. But Todd Gurley's hurt and led his team to the Super Bowl. I guess Vic kind of led his team to the Super Bowl, but right now he doesn't have a team. So it's like he's having a better career at this point.
Well, let me ask you something real quick, running back wise. What happened to Devonta Freeman?
I think the offense. Well, it's hard to say the offensive line is terrible because it's not terrible because we got 4 first-round picks.
Is he too small?
I think so. I think he's too small in the injuries. He got big because he used to juke people.
Yes, correct. That's what I'm saying. He was like incredible.
Yeah, when you're not able to do that, this is what happened. Also, Devonta Freeman missed that block that got Matt Ryan sacked in the fumble.
Yeah.
Sack fumble.
You already know what I said. It was stupid to have him in because he wasn't the blocking running back ever.
Yeah.
You switched out, put him in.
Yep.
And then what happened. I'm not shocked. I'm still hurt. But yeah.
I'm still mad. And you could tell I'm mad. I'm still pessimistic.
I know.
I'm
mad. But hopefully, as we segue on to the next thing, hopefully we'll see.
I want to say one thing.
Yeah.
Before we move topics.
Yeah.
Atlanta has a history of shoulda, woulda, couldas.
Yeah.
I don't know if you watched the Michael Vick documentary.
I haven't recorded. I haven't fully watched it yet.
Great documentary.
Good.
What I said to myself was, what if the way his mentality was in Philly, think if he had that in Atlanta.
Correct. He needed to learn though and go through things. I suppose.
He needed to, but what if he had to use us as the guinea pig to learn and then go to Philly and be
Favre, a lot of other people. We're the experiment ground.
We're a bunch of shoulda, woulda, couldas that could have happened. So speaking of shoulda, woulda, couldas, hopefully that comes out positive.
Yeah.
And just had their trade deadline last week.
We came out on top to me.
One of them, I love Clint Capella. The only thing I was worried about is he's not a shooter.
Right.
I thought they were going to space the floor. So that's but he fixed our 2 main issues. We do not rebound and we do not play defense.
Right.
So
has he already played?
No. He comes back after the All-Star break.
Yeah.
Dwayne Dedmon, I'm happy that he's back.
We should never let him go.
We should have never let him go.
Yeah.
I'm just confused I guess if we would have got Dedmon without Clint Capella, that would have made sense to me. But now 2 of them, I guess you can't have 2.
I'll take Clint all day over him, though.
Yeah, but also Dedmon can shoot. That's the only difference between them 2.
Yeah.
Dedmon can shoot. But
Clint is I'll say a star. I'm not going to say all-star. He's not a superstar, but he's up there as being one of the top faces in that position in the NBA.
Right, and he's 25 years old, so he's young. We're still the youngest starting lineup in the league.
And that's great.
I'm excited. I'm just like, when you see, like, we had games where we did really competitive. Like, we lost against Orlando, but we were very competitive.
Right.
We just couldn't defend a 7-footer who could shoot threes.
Yeah, he's impressive.
But then you got last night against Cleveland where you get blown out by 20 points, and it's just like, that's where the head scratcher is. So I was watching The Jump.
Yeah.
They had Trae Young on there, and Trae Young says to me a lot of stuff that are problematic.
Yeah.
So the first thing is when he when he complained to his front office,
right?
I need help, and I'm like, you've been in the league for a year and a half.
I love how we have mixed feelings on that. I'm like, I'm okay with it.
No, I hated it. I hated it because you took a half a year to develop till you were really good. The first half of his rookie year, he was terrible.
Right.
Cam Reddish has had double-digit points in like the last 5 games. Okay. So I'm like, and he's probably and we thought DeAndre Hunter would be your best perimeter defender. He's starting to be your best. So I'm saying give people a chance to develop. You did. Yeah. You only been in the league for a year and a half.
Yeah.
So when he was on the jump, Scottie Pippen asked him, "How long can you deal with losing?" He said, "Not long." And I'm like, "You're 21." I'm like, Golden State Warriors in their second year with Steph won 26 games.
And it was like something around that too. They did 16 games. Yeah. They weren't winning. They weren't even close to no playoffs.
Yeah. And you know what? You know why they started winning? Because they started playing defense.
And they built. I always say this. When that team developed into what they became, their defense was like the offense came easy because they had that in them. Yeah. Obviously, we know that. But the coach developed, which is Mark Jackson at the time.
Mark Jackson was the coach that developed them to play
defense. And it was one of the most beautiful things that you could witness.
Yeah.
We have, which I mentioned, and I'll mention it because we haven't been on in a while. They're talking about moving away from our coach.
Oh, really? I didn't
yes. Possibly doing it because he's not getting the job done.
Which, yeah, I mean, you have to have that discussion. You're going to have to start. If we don't win like this half of the season, going into,
you might have to really have that discussion.
And I like Lloyd Pierce. Yeah. I like him. But
I would say if so, keep him because he is a defensive-minded coach.
Right.
And if he can just focus on that job as an assistant, a top assistant, then yes. But we'll see because it's out there in the air because I heard it. So it's out there in the air that they're thinking about moving on. Now, who would you move on to is the question because we took a risk with this.
It'd be like a Mark Jackson to me.
Do you think he wants to?
I don't think so. I think he will only come for the Knicks job.
Because might I add, didn't they ask him or wasn't he up for the Lakers?
No, I thought he was up in the air for the Atlanta job before Lloyd Pierce got it.
Oh.
I heard rumblings of Mark Jackson.
I would love for him to be there because he'll have that discipline and he'll be strict and he'll be on them and just show that you shouldn't have, because personally Mark Jackson shouldn't have ever been fired. Right. Personally.
But that's what I'm saying. When Trae Young said that, I was like, Trae Young, like I argued with somebody on Facebook about it. Yeah. It was like their post was like, Atlanta Hawks, if you're listening, get Trae Young some help. I'm like, is he LeBron? Like we're talking like we diss LeBron for saying the same exact thing for a year and a half, and we allow it's just BS to me.
Yeah.
I was like, if you want to help Trae Young so bad, tell him to stop turning the ball over. Start
that too.
Like these are things you could be doing.
Right.
That you're not doing. And that's what to me, I love Trae Young. I love him.
Of course.
He says things to me that sometimes are problematic for me.
Right.
I do predict this year, I still think we're going to win 30 games. So we're at 15 right now. I think we'll win 30 games.
I think that's about right.
Yeah, which is one up from last year. But because I'm like, yo, if Clint Capella does we could really, because I think we're 7 games from the 8th spot in the playoffs. Like,
you think we're going to make a run for the 8th?
I don't think we're going to make it, but I'm like, we could show into next year with the Clint Capella with defense, Dwayne Dedmon defense. I'm starting to think that Reddish should start over Herter.
Yes, at this point, I will vouch for that.
I just think he's more consistent, but I don't know how he plays with this first string.
Get him reps. Make it happen.
And the draft, this is my pick for the draft. I've changed it. Because it was James Wiseman was who I was screaming about, just like I was screaming for Cam Reddish.
Yeah.
This is who I want now. Yeah. Now that we have Clint Capella and Dwayne Dedmon, we do not need James Wiseman.
Yeah, correct. I agree with it.
How do you feel about this? Are you ready?
I agree. Yeah, go ahead.
Lamelo Ball should be an Atlanta Hawk.
When did this come about in your cerebellum, in your mind?
Lamelo Ball is probably a top 3 pick. He's probably going to be the 3rd pick of the draft with Anthony.
Crazy how he popped up that high, though. But yeah, it's true.
6'8", who can handle the ball.
Yeah.
I'm saying him to come off the bench and handle he's basically your backup point guard.
That will never happen.
Why not?
He will never. You see him coming off the bench?
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. I see him coming off the bench. Now you're talking
on
about
any team.
You're talking about his dad.
No, but on any team.
Yes.
That he goes. You're saying he's the third pick, and he's predicted in your mind to come off the bench.
Yeah, because we're a young team and we have our point guard. Now, if you want to start him at 2 guard and have Cam Reddish off the bench, we could talk about. But what are you going to do with Herter at that point? That means
come off the bench.
That means you might as well trade Herter though.
Yeah, do what some great teams, a lot of the great teams that win have a bench. If we can stack that bench, one of my favorite teams of late, because some people may not remember like the 06 Heat or early 2000 Lakers or even the Bulls or whatever. Mm-hmm. They were stacked. Like, so the one I want to talk about, the first go around championship of the Warriors.
I knew you was going to say that.
That team was stacked all the way to the 12th person.
Their team was filled with people they drafted.
Yes.
They were drafted and they felt Iguodala, Livingston. They had people he played for the Hornets, David West. They had people like that who filled in their roster. And I'm saying the Hawks do the same thing.
Yeah.
I just think LaMelo Ball to me is I would like him coming off the bench for a backup point guard.
I'm okay with him on the team. Then what about Teague?
I really like Teague. So I mean, that's what you got.
He does not deserve no third string spot.
No, I just think that maybe you not re-sign him, but
or maybe these people just may not need to play that position. Like again, the Warriors had how many point guards?
Yeah.
But they would play small ball, and you'd have Barbosa in and whoever else. Like you had like 3 point guards. The Clippers did it. It didn't work out. I'm talking about the Clippers with that had Chris Paul, and then it had
like Lou Will.
It had so many people on there that were point guards.
First of all, I think Teague. First of all, I love that Teague trade. Yes. And I think they should re-sign Teague. I think they should bring back a lot of ex-Hawks. They already did Teague and Dedmon.
I agree. I
think that Marvin Williams, if you could get him as a backup power forward, or
he just got signed.
Yeah, he went to the Bucks, but he'll be a free agent after this season. If you can get him for cheap, I would bring back old Hawks to help the new ones,
and also for culture that know what it was like to grind and win during those days and age.
Those days.
Yeah, where it was like cutthroat, and I miss those, man.
Yeah, so it's frustrating, but let's talk about.
Hold on, did we know what we had?
I think it was like kind of like the Falcons. I think Matt Ryan was like Joe Johnson, like.
But we were in the playoffs, second round and out every year.
Yeah,
with the Hawks, we never passed. Except the 60 win season, we went to the conference finals and got swept. But other than that, we were always to the second round and out.
No, we were at least competitive. We were at least in the playoffs.
That's what I'm saying. Like, did we appreciate or know what we actually had?
I think it's like the Falcons, where we got tired of it. Like,
no, that's facts. We did. We got tired. We said we're tired of getting swept at this or knocked out at this time. Right. We're not ever going. Honestly, with that team, we weren't going to pass that stage.
Yeah.
Just like we didn't, and then we wanted a new beginning. But I don't know. I do still feel like Coach Bud was a good coach.
Coach Bud, to me, Coach Bud was the best coach we had. To me, he was our best coach in our history, and we would have stuck with because he didn't want to be a part of a rebuild.
But you signed on to that / you were the president of the operations.
Right.
So you got extra money and title.
Yeah, but he didn't want to be part of a rebuild. And think of he was here with this young team. Just think. Like, that would be pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, didn't he low-key kind of like rebuild / get vets with the Bucks?
Yeah. That's what they have. I mean, and they only have one superstar. I mean, Chris Middleton was an all-star last year.
Yeah, he ain't no superstar.
All-star team this year, but he's not a superstar. No. He's not a superstar, but but they're like one of the top teams in defense and all that. So I think Bud would have helped this year.
Oh, hands down.
But another trade I just want to talk about real quick. The Houston Rockets, who traded away Clint Capella. Do you think they started the tallest person they started one game was 6'5", but the tallest person they're starting is 6'7", and that's Robert Covington?
Yeah.
Do you think this is gonna work?
People, I've heard commentators talk about it's gonna be good. It's gonna wear some teams out. Mm-hmm. You get a certain teams in the playoffs. No.
Daryl Morey. The only thing we agree on is our names are pronounced the same. Daryl Morey basically just throws anything to the wall and see if it sticks.
Agreed.
This is not going to work.
Yeah.
And it's not going to work for the simple fact that they beat the Lakers the first game after the trade. And I watched that game. And that's because the Lakers were too giddy into like throwing it down in the post and they were turning the ball over a lot.
Right.
Once you play your game, there's not nobody on that court that will stop Anthony Davis.
No.
They will not beat the Clippers because the Clippers can play small ball. Montrezl is 6'7". They can play small ball better than the Rockets can.
Correct.
Better than the Rockets can. And then what happens when James Harden shoots his magic 1 for 12 3-point night?
Which happens kind of every once in a while.
So, no, it's not going to be sustained. I know Russell Westbrook is having a great time because the lane opened up for him.
Yeah.
But once again in the playoffs, this is not going to be sustained. You're saying they're going to wear out teams? No, teams are going to wear out them because they can't.
That's what I said. Yeah.
They put 10 guy constantly keep throwing bodies at them. That
they will not be able to rival the Clippers and for sure the Lakers.
They won't be able to do
or Denver.
Yeah, or Denver. Now they might beat a team like Utah because Rudy Gobert can't shoot.
Yeah.
But he's 7 foot, so they can take him out the lane. Correct. But when you get those skilled big men, like you're saying, Joker in Denver, Davis, you're not gonna you can't beat them.
Nope. I want to know what it's like guarding Anthony Davis, and he's shooting a 3. How high do you think he's lifting up?
And you're just like, go ahead, just take it.
You can't do anything.
Just take it, man.
Just punch him in the stomach. That's all you can do.
Punch him in the stomach.
That's it. I don't know.
So let's go into our pop topics.
Yes. You
want to start our
I'll start. All right. Ready?
Yep.
My first one. Boy, I love it every year. Duke and UNC. Did you watch it?
I saw the highlights. Duke came back.
What did you think of it? And last part of the question is, does it not always live up to its hype?
It does.
I don't know how it does, but it does every year.
Does, but I thought college basketball as a whole has just been
if you don't watch anything, watch that. I don't care. I'll say that to anybody.
I watch basketball because I watch for players.
Yeah.
And with James Wiseman not there, R.J. Hampton's overseas. He dropped out. LaMelo Ball dropped out overseas.
Yeah. What's the quarterback? Sorry, point guard for for North Carolina.
Cole Anthony.
Yeah. That dude's legit.
Yeah, but Anthony Edwards is legit in Georgia, but they're losing, so nobody cares about that.
Yeah.
I think this year is kind of meh, but that game.
Agreed.
I saw the highlights, and it looked awesome. I kind of wish I would have watched it.
Yeah, it was great. I watched it. I enjoyed it. Went into overtime, and then the way it went into overtime was crazy, and then how it ended in overtime was crazy.
Yeah, I saw that. That was crazy. I wish I would have watched. I really don't watch till it gets closer to the.
Yeah, I understand. They're kind of long. Yeah. And March Madness is coming up.
Yeah, it is. It's just that it's not a lot of star power this year. Not like last year.
I still want to do a whole bracket thing and see.
No, we're gonna do a whole bracket.
Who gets close or who's I don't know.
I'm gonna get close because I haven't been watching. I'm gonna get close.
You're smart enough to go off of numbers and stuff. I like watching. This is one of the weirdest years for me because a lot going on and whatnot. But this is one of the few years I haven't really watched myself. I usually do know the worst teams and the best teams, and I'm great. I'll say it at calling upsets in college basketball. I don't know about this year because, again, I haven't watched, but I'm one of the strange people who literally will watch college basketball or even WNBA playoffs. Shout out.
Speaking of games that people, if they're watching, the All-Star game is coming up. That's the All-Star game. Yep. Here's my question: will you be watching?
The main game Sunday. If I remember, that's sad. Because of it's a sport. I'll watch it for the podcast reason. We'll just say that because it's our job. Or I'll watch the highlights or Sports Center of it. But
I'll do the cliff note.
We'll do a cliff note for you guys regardless of it. But if I remember to watch it, and I'm not doing anything else, like I said though, it's my favorite All-Star break besides baseball.
Right.
So
I will watch the Rising Stars Challenge. I always love that.
I like that in the celebrity game.
Yep, the celebrity game. I'll watch the skills competition.
And the skills, yes.
I'll watch the 3-point and I'll watch the dunk. I will not watch the All-Star game. The All-Star game is such boring trash that
the second half they really play though.
I'm not gonna stay up to even get to that point. So I'm gonna watch the intros. I'm gonna see our boy Trae Young get introduced, and then I'm good.
Yeah.
I'll see the highlights.
All right, that was good.
I have no itch. I don't like any All-Star games. I don't watch the Pro Bowl. I don't watch baseball. I don't like any of the All-Star games. I don't enjoy them. They're not competitive. They're not, for me, entertaining. I just don't I don't like them. And I was like, my fiance's dad, he posted on Facebook, congrats to Lamar Jackson for winning offensive player for the Pro Bowl. And I'm like, what? I was like, just 3 people were watching this. Who cares? Like, who cares?
I didn't even actually know that until the second.
I didn't know until he said it. I cannot stand all.
I did not watch it. I turned to it late and it was like a rerun. And I'm like, why is it 10 p.m. and it's sunny outside? Yeah.
I was just like, I don't like a All-Star game. I'm not going to watch it. Question.
All right. My next one and my last one. Damian Lillard. This dude's exciting and he's super clutch.
He's great.
How great has he been to you this season? And how do you feel that he's hurt and he's not going to be in the All-Star game?
That sucks. The only thing good about him being hurt is that Devin Booker, I thought he deserved.
Correct. And he got in. So
Yep. Did you see the game where the Blazers got cheated from the goaltending against?
I watched all the way until around that part, and I missed it, and I still haven't followed up to see what happened.
Jeez, it was a clear goaltending.
Yeah, and I heard Dame went off.
He went off.
He was mad.
The only thing was, if they would have made the shot, they would have went to overtime. So it's not necessarily they would have won, but they talk like they
shot.
Won. They talk like it would have won.
Yeah.
But I think he's been great.
Yeah, he's been really, really great. And I love, like, when I was in the hospital with my wife, and just, like, watching TV, that was always on. They always played their games late. And I just got a chance to just really, like, be in awe at his skill again and just, like, remember how great he actually is.
And then they gave Carmelo a chance. It's just, you got to understand, and their starting center is hurt still. So they're not even 100%, and they still might not make playoffs.
That's true. And also, shout out to Carmelo, man.
Shout out,
yeah.
My last one is Antonio Brown is on a apology world tour. This morning, he apologized to Ben Roethlisberger. The funny thing about the apology is he kind of didn't apologize, but he kind of did.
Yeah.
He said, like, I'm apologizing, even though it was 99% your fault. I'm going to apologize.
For my 1%.
I'm going to apologize for my 1%. It really, to me, wasn't an apology. But do you think Antonio Brown's coming back in the league?
For him apologizing 100% for his 1%?
While you're talking, I'm going to get the exact quote.
No. He's not ever coming back because he's a laughingstock. He's a joke as a person. And he, like, his agent dropped him. He literally does, like, all jokes aside, he needs mental help.
Right.
He actually does need mental help. And it's crazy how talented he is. But, like, he needs help.
Right. Let me tell you, I have the statement. He says, mostly you. Hold on. Before I even do this, let me share it.
Okay.
Let me share it so the world can
Yes.
see this. Hold on.
So you all listening on SoundCloud, he's pulling it up here.
All right.
And he's reading it out for you.
He says, mostly you, a little bit of me, yee. I don't know where that came from. Never realized.
He said yee.
Yeah. I never realized how good I had it. Got caught up in my emotion with everyone coming after me. I really apologize for my actions. Sincerely, me. It's never been another connection like what we done in the past decade. I appreciate you. Sincerely, AB. And notice Deion Sanders, class, 100%. This dude started off by saying, it was mostly your fault. And I was like, nobody's going to talk about that first. First time.
That was today?
I believe that was today.
All right. So the follow-up with that, with the other sports shows, will be tomorrow. Like First Take and stuff. They'll talk about it. And then we'll follow up for us, our show, next week, if any more comes about on that. But yeah, that's ridiculous. This man is on a world tour.
Yeah, I believe there's no way he comes back in the NFL.
No, he's not.
People don't want to deal with it. I sent you the Josina Anderson interview.
Yes.
He didn't seem apologetic.
I said it was so fake. And again, he was just like, "Hey, I'm here. Hey, do you want to go over something?" No, I'm just gonna wing it.
Yeah.
Like let's go. Let's roll it.
His PR whoever in charge of that should have been fired. That's how
I don't think he has anybody, Daryl.
Then I don't know. Something he needs to fire himself.
Like I think he has a Hotmail or a Yahoo email, and he's just reading. He's replying to his. Shout out to those that have that. No, I'm just saying for his caliber. I'm saying. He's responding to his own emails with like chopped up like grammar, and he's actually putting say I'll see you there. He's actually putting I, the letter C, and you there. Like that seems like him. And I just don't. Nobody's behind him. I don't know who would still back him.
Who would want him?
We know his agent dropped him. I know he doesn't have a PR person. I'm sure he doesn't. A
lot of people money.
I know he does.
2 sexual assault charges still.
Yeah.
Owes a lot of people money.
I'm sure he has a lawyer.
I hope so.
I'm sure. I actually, at the end of that, there was like a moment of silence in between that. I actually don't think he does.
Yeah, I don't think he does. And don't forget, he also went to jail for assaulting the moving guy.
Yes.
It's like, so why would you want this guy back? And I'm going to say this, and I'm really going to say this from a good place.
Yeah.
His rapping is trash.
I didn't know he rapped.
Yeah, that's what he's been doing with his time. His rapping is trash. And I'm not even saying that from like a really big, I don't really have strong emotion for Antonio Brown, so I don't want you to think I hate him.
Yeah.
He can't rap, man. So
I'm starting next episode with the verse.
Okay. Yeah, play. I'll send you some songs.
That's how we're starting next episode, y'all.
I don't see him coming back in the NFL, man.
No, me neither.
31 years old. It's not even like he's a young guy.
Yeah.
I just don't see it.
Yeah, I agree. But anything else?
I think that's it, man.
All right. Well, it's good to be back. It's good to be back on the stage with you here, Daryl. It's good to be back amongst everybody visually and audio-wise. Yeah, so as always, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Yeah, it's good to be back. You guys can catch us, of course, as you can see on the ticker down below, Third String Pod on Twitter and on Instagram at Third String Podcast. We'll do our best to do more updating on those, but we do some things. But yeah, check those out. Make sure you follow us on there. Also, subscribe to us here on YouTube, and then follow us on Podbean and mostly SoundCloud. So that'll do it for us. Thank you so much for joining us on this wonderful episode. Again, it's nice to be back. Nice. And any closing words?
get Matt Ryan a fortress if he's so great. And
yes.
let's see him.
I've been saying it too. So get him a fortress, and I back that 110% because
season. Who are you going to blame it on this time?
Absolutely, because again, to close out, if he's going to be here, you literally have to build a fortress around him, and I do think that's best. So, with that being said, we are out, guys, and we will catch you guys next week, same time, same place. Again, follow us and subscribe on YouTube, Podbean, and SoundCloud. Yeah,
rapping, AB,
and stop rapping. All right, guys, take it easy.